Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and today I wanted to go over the key cards that we are expecting to see leave standard in Hearthstone early in 2025 when the next expansion goes live. Typically should be around March. We're gonna see Festival Legends, we're gonna see Titans, and Showdown in the Badlands all rotate, and there are a ton of cards that are gonna have a huge impact on basically leaving. It's gonna feel very different. It should be really impactful, and I just feel like you probably should be aware of these cards if you're thinking about crafting stuff or kind of planning for the new year of Hearthstone. It's a good thing to know about. And another good thing to know about is our giveaway going on for $100 of Hearthstone packs out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. If we manage to hit 90,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I will add another $100 worth of packs in there. So it'll be four $50 winners. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So right now I'm looking at Festival of Legends, the expansion that will be leaving Hearthstone. And we're gonna go just really quickly because there's so many cards, but by expansion, what you can really expect to leave that is like really meta impactful. And for Death Knight, not a ton outside of Climactic Necrotic Explosion, the big payoff for Rainbow, although they haven't always run it. This one I will definitely be sad to see go. It got buffed at one point, not quite, you know, a super powerhouse card, but definitely pretty relevant. For Demon Hunter, I mean, I feel like most Demon Hunter stuff has fallen off, but going down swinging, really insane now that it's 4 mana. Glaive Tar, I feel like it's more impactful and wild than anything, but overall, not a ton there. For Druid, Summer Flower Child is just such an insane card that tutors your expensive cards, draws them, makes them a bit cheaper. That's going to be very impactful. Hunter losing like bananas, Musician can be quite impactful. Barrel of Monkeys, Hidden Meaning, Star Power Mukla, Stranglethorn Heart. Yeah, this is a pretty good set. Yodeler too, as well for Death Knight, I will mention. And yeah, pretty darn crazy set. Hunter will be losing. Mage, although we haven't seen keyboard in a while, will be losing keyboard. Elemental Mage loses, although did they even play Synthesize? I don't think they even play it. It's more of an arena card. The Infatize, the Maxitude, Infinite Value, Reverb, which is a card I've always wanted nerfed. It's so annoying. So yeah, Mage and Warlock will be losing that. And I guess Star Power, Volume Up are significant to an extent. Paladin, I don't think too much. All their really good cards here, like Disco Mall, Boogie Down got nerfed. And by the way, we will talk about Wild Reverts probably tomorrow, what I think or should not get reverted when they rotate. But Horn of the Windlord's the big one. The Wind Fury weapon for Paladin and Shaman. Really impactful with like the Lanesta combo. We'll lose that, and that's a big time deal. For Priest and Rogue, I guess, Deafen is certainly significant, more so for Rogue, but like Power Chord Synchronize has been really strong, really impactful. Love Everlasting has popped up here and there. They lose the whole Adonis thing, although that hasn't really been much of anything lately. And Harmonic Pop has popped up. I didn't mean to do that, but yes, it has popped up. Breakdance will be leaving, which makes me think even less of a chance that Shadow Step will ever rotate. I've kind of given up on that, but yeah, Breakdance, a huge card for Rogue that will be rotating out. The whole weapon package, Harmonic Hip Hop, Mic Drop, so Weapon Rogue, basically, unless they get new Weapon Rogue cards, won't really be a thing. And also not too much after that. Jam Session's a big one that Shaman will be losing that has seen a ton of play. Flow Rider for those like particular nature shaman, Jazz Bass as well. Another super strong card, Backstage Bouncer. You know, pretty relevant, both Shaman and Warrior. And again, we've already talked about Horn of the Windlord. Warlock loses the whole like insanity, like fatigue stuff. So Fellstring Harp, the Imp cards, like all that stuff is super strong. Crescendo that got buffed to 2 at one point. Craze Conductor. But sadly, I guess, Symphony of Sin started at 6. Really strong card, very flavorful, and yeah, it'll be a pretty big deal. Infinitum, the 30 mana, the most expensive minion ever until it wasn't, right? And Warrior losing the rifts that all got buffed. A lot of the armor gain, like their best armor gain card, Razorfin Rockstar, just synergizes so well with a ton of stuff. And yeah, not really a ton else out of that. And then when we're looking at neutrals, instrument tech will be huge. Unless they print another neutral draw your weapon thing. I just remember like theory crafting or playing the brawl that didn't have last year's stuff. Having no instrument tech was such a big deal. Very relevant card. It's subtle, but it's relevant. Fizzle, no more infinite fizzle shenanigans unless, of course, we get a card that replaces that. ETC, a card I kind of just want to see stay in the core set. Being able to sideboard, it just feels good. It's a card that I know they probably won't do it, but it feels really nice if they actually left that one in the core set. And Speaker Somper for some disruption, and Magatha super strong, drawing all those cards. There'll be a nerf to Asteroid Shaman, and yeah, Festival for a weaker set, losing a lot of insane cards that will impact the meta. Of course, Titans is just insane. We're just gonna look through Titans. This set is just incredible. So the whole Plague package for Deathlight gone. I'm sure a lot of people will be pretty happy. Like, hell yeah, you just throw into any deck because why not? It's just nuts, right? So hell yeah, leaving the Plagues. And of course, the big thing in Titans are the Titans. Not one class Titan has been nerfed yet, which is crazy how good they are. And yes, every one of them will be rotating, which alone will be a huge deal. A Sigil of Time, pretty good draw option for Demon Hunter leaving, but overall not a ton there that they're going to be worrying about. Like Lifebinder's Gift, the massive meta cheat stuff going on. Seedling, gaining those armor, drawing those cards can be absolutely strong. But yeah, ENR. Imagine Druid without ENR right now. That'd be absolutely nuts. Hunter losing Tremors, I guess not too much here. Observer still seeing play. I guess Titan Board's Traps, pretty impactful as well. And yeah, we'll just skip through. It's mostly like, yep, some good cards in Titans, right? Some good cards in Titans. The elemental stuff, like Aqua Archivist, the best elemental for Mage, leaving. The whole Sif thing, right? Molten Rune, Creation, no more Sif. Like, my goodness, these sets are crazy. So strong. The hand buff stuff for Paladin, Muscleotron, that'll be a huge hit to hand buff Paladin. You can see how things are really gonna look different, right? With rotation, there are so many strong cards. Creation Protocol, even the people that like the Astral Automaton can't do that anymore. Amenthal, like carrying Priest really hard for a very long time, will no longer be there. Gear Shift, Tarslick, right? Rogue has been really utilizing that lately. I wonder if it took too long for them to figure out how good Tarslick is at controlling absolutely everything. The whole mech package that fell off after a while, and then Shaman, again, like Lightning Reflex is such a good card. More Overload stuff. Thankfully, for me at least, I hated this card. Flash of Lightning will be rotating. Golganeth is insane. And Warlock, again, losing pretty good removal options. Mortal Eradication, the Insanity stuff, like I mentioned earlier. Chaotic Consumption. Of course, Sargeras, Forge of Wills, Loken. Dude, these sets are just nuts. Just crazy. And Warrior losing like the whole Odin thing. They had an insane set with Bellowing Flames and Hammer and Steam Guardian. Of course, Trial by Fire, Sanitize, Odin. It's good. Like Titans is going to go down as one of the best sets of all time. Even the neutrals, you see a lot here that has seen a good amount of play. And then you also have Algalon, which is a stinker. But Ignis, it's crazy you don't see Ignis that much. Remember when that was at like every single deck for quite some time? And yeah, Prison of Yogg, Kolagard if you're discovering it, and Yogg himself, who's been through some stuff. The only Titan, no class Titan has been nerfed, but this guy, he's been nerfed twice. So yeah, Titans leaving, tons of crazy cards. And then, of course, Showdown in the Badlands. Got cards like Miracle Salesman in every deck. Greedy Partner, incredible Gold Banner, drawing you cards. The whole Excavate stuff, which obviously doesn't see a ton of play now, but was really good for quite some time. Even Barrel Brim popped up quite a lot. This card's so bad when you take a look at all the other stuff going on. Marut Stonebinder, like our Highlander payoff. But yes, Reno rotating. We'll be curious to see if he's reverted, and if he is, like at what stage. Who knows? We'll talk about that probably. Well, we are tomorrow. But yeah, Deathlight, again, losing one of their best cards. Mining Casualties just goes into every single Death Knight deck. Did I say Demon Hunter? Probably. I say it all the time. Other than that, though, I mean, I guess you're losing the Excavates. You're losing Maw and Paw, which, by the way, started as a 1/8. You're losing the Freeze Weapon, which is certainly a relevant thing. But Reska, one of their best cards, will be rotating too. So every class outside of Rogue, because it's just going to be Shadow Step and Prep, but pretty much every class is going to look so much different. Demon Hunter loses Quick Pick with Rogue, I will say. Big impact for both classes. Losing that, more particular Rogue, I feel like uses it a little bit better. Sharpshooter, which went through some stuff and some rage by this guy. Druid, oh my god, they're losing Construct, they're losing Pennant of Earth, they're losing Whelp, they're losing Gem Tosser, Take to the Skies, Nest Matron, Spinetail Drake, like Cluster, Golem, you lose Fire, like so many insane cards. Druid's losing so much. That set was insane. How many of those cards were nerfed, by the way? We'll talk about that on another day. Hunter, I guess, losing some cards, kind of. I guess this was pretty good in Reno Hunter for a while. Mantle Shaper's a pretty big deal, though, considering what's going on with Discover. Mage losing, again, the elemental stuff. Elemental Mage will definitely cease to exist as we see it, but, you know, they can make new elementals and all of that. Paladin, again, losing some good cards, but nothing too crazy. Like, Showdown doesn't see a ton of play. Most of these cards have fallen off, but Living Horizon and Beam right now are still pretty darn solid. Priest, again, just didn't get a ton. Like, these cards are okay, but nothing real crazy significance, although Elise has picked up lately a little bit. Rogue, Stick Up, really solid card they'll be losing. But again, I feel like they just rely on their neutral package with Step and Prep all the time. But yeah, Velorock, really solid card they'll be leaving. Drilly definitely had its time throughout, and people will probably be pretty sad to see Wishing Well leave. A pretty fun card. Never a meta tyrant, but a fun card nonetheless. Shaman loses a really good set too. Cactus Cutter, Needle Rock Totem. Yeah, this another really solid set of cards. Dr. Holiday, which I enjoyed for quite some time. Aftershocks and some of the big spell stuff, right? Like Tumbleweed. You lose Walking Mountain for those Cliff Dive decks. Warlock loses the whole Excavate thing that got nerfed to the ground immediately because, like, what were they doing? But yeah, the Barrels of Sludge stuff, all that Barrels of Sludge, Popgar, all that stuff will be leaving. And then, yeah, I guess we leave off with Warrior losing, again, some pretty good cards overall. You know, the Excavate package did some pretty good work. And, of course, some people should be very happy. Deep Miner Bran will be leaving to Wild. Let's hope it doesn't go to 6. But, yeah, as you can see, a ton of insanely impactful cards will be leaving. Hearthstone's going to look, I feel like, very, very different, especially if they keep on this path, a more, like, lower power level for a bit. It can open up for them to, you know, maybe do a few more spicy things. We saw that with like Rostigan's Rumble, right? It was super weak, and then they could do some pretty crazy stuff with Rise of Shadows, and they went from there for quite a while until we're at the point we're at now. It's like, what are we doing, right? It's gone so far. I will note, though, it's not just these cards. I believe some of these event cards, all these gifts, should also be rotating. They said the gifts, and I believe Hearthstone Brew, the other ones, will be staying for a while. So Malfurion's gift, super impactful, right? That should be leaving, as well as, what's another relevant gift? I think like Warriors, Priest is all right, but Warriors and Thrall's gift, right? The Bloodlust in there is really impactful, and those are supposed to leave alongside Hearthstone Brew. I believe the rest are until the year after, but they could always change it. They said it's subject to change, but that's kind of the idea. So yeah, let me know, what cards are you most looking forward to leaving, and what cards are you, you know, gonna kind of miss? There's a lot there we went over. We definitely passed over a bunch, but yeah, Hearthstone in 2025, once that first set goes live, it's gonna be much different, and we'll have to see what that core set looks like in one time, no step, no prep, one time, please. Nah, won't happen. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.